I never had to say I'm Batman. I showed up. People knew I was Batman.
Yeah, mic check, 1, 2. They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling, they trying to kiss me. Rum nerdy, rum nerdy, kiss me. Rum nerdy, kiss me. Rum nerdy, kiss me. Rum nerdy. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing.
You wanna play? I'll play. They hoping that they gon' kiss me. Rum nerdy, rum nerdy, kiss me. Rum nerdy, rum nerdy, kiss me. Rum nerdy. This is the way. Ready program. Let's go.
Hey everybody, welcome to Rum and Nerdy. I'm Batman.
And I'm not.
I'm Greg.
And I'm Garrick.
And this is Season 2, Episode 14. I'm Batman.
Yeah. And we like to stay topical.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about a movie that's been out for like a year.
Well, and it's like we were very resistant to seeing this. I think the only reason I saw it is I'd come back from that California trip early and just was not feeling good. And I just put it on, and actually I only made about a third of the way through before I had to go to bed. I don't blame the movie for that. I blame me being so exhausted from a red eye.
Yeah, that's definitely red eye to blame. And it's not as action-packed, knockout, explosions, Michael Bay-ish as other recent superhero movies.
Sure.
So I could see how if you were a little bit tired,
Oh, I was exhausted.
it might drag you under a bit.
Yeah. So I watched it. I mean, clearly at this point, like 3.5 weeks ago. You just watched it. What did you think?
I
Just,
really
like high level. We'll get into the minutia.
high level. I really liked it.
Yeah.
You know what? All of the things that people were worried about, and I don't like my Batman sparkly and brr, 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 brr. You know what?
That was my comment.
That was your comment, and yeah, I didn't see it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought Robert did a good job. I thought the casting wall to wall was great.
I mostly agree with what you're saying, except for Robert Pattinson.
You didn't like him?
I think he's a fine actor. He did a fine job acting. I don't like the way he portrayed. More than anything, I didn't like the way he portrayed Bruce Wayne. You know,
Interesting. Okay.
and and ultimately, you put the mask on and you play the part, whatever, and good fight choreography. I mean, you can get there from here.
Yeah.
I did not like what they did, and quite honestly, and I think spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
We haven't had a spoiler alert in a while.
No, we haven't. But I'm just gonna come right out and say it.
Do it.
That whole BS kind of storyline where Bruce Wayne's mom was in Arkham, I hated it. I hate that. I don't like how they twist it. I mean, that doesn't exist, to my knowledge. That exists nowhere at all in comics or any past canon for Batman. Not that I'm aware of. Somebody please point out where I'm wrong. I did at least a little bit of looking up because I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And how it wasn't so much the whole thing where the father,
The father was where he was bad.
where he wasn't bad. He covered up.
Thomas Wayne was a jerk.
Yeah, specifically the Thomas Wayne used his power to cover something up, because that's kind of a trope we see for every billionaire philanthropist person. Is they've got that one little skeleton in the closet, and if this was Thomas Wayne's skeleton, then so be it. But the thing he covered up is that Martha was a little bit weird and from the Arkham family and blah blah blah, and I hated that part.
Oh, okay. Very, very, very fair.
Yeah. What they did with the Riddler, the casting, so many things across the board I was very happy with. Just those were my two major things. Is I did not like Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, and I did not like that little side story about the mom being an Arkham. It just that bothers me.
Okay, that is fair. Other than that, the overall movie, I love the pacing. I love the fact that it felt like Seven. It was like the art, the art direction, the pacing, the mystery of the movie Seven, and then all of the bonus stuff of a Batman. And I'm going to be honest with you, because I was a little leery about the Batmobile. I was really on the fence with it. I think the movie sold me on the new Batmobile.
Specifically, here's my thing on that. When it comes to the art direction, the story, the visually, the things that I liked. I liked that it felt like the old detective comics.
Yep.
You felt like this was really a homegrown vigilante, not the billionaire that you see in the Christopher Nolan movies. I mean, certainly he's there, but they kind of hint that the Wayne family has that he personally is having a little bit of financial, not hardship, but certainly that the wealth wasn't what it used to be, kind of thing. I think they hinted at that once, but
well, it was more like he's spending all of his time being Batman and not paying attention to his day job.
Hey, while we're talking here, hand me my glass. I forgot to pre-fill.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, and I'm back to the 33 glass.
You are in fact back, and it's filled with ice.
Did you enjoy using it?
I did. That's a solid glass. I have one of those. I have one of those Club 33 glasses at home, the same one actually.
Yeah.
And I feel weird drinking out of it. Every time I
At
pull
your own house?
at my own house, every time I pull it out of my own cabinet, I kind of look at it, I'm like, oh. Well,
I just want to splash of
the what? Oh, the Coke.
the Coke. Yeah, just a little splash, little dabble, do you?
You signaled to me like my 3-year-old daughter, where you're just kind of like.
Well, I was in the middle of podcasting.
Yeah, you're in the middle of podcasting about rum. Just say, hey, dude, give me the freaking Coke.
Oh, that's the good stuff. So, I know we just totally just dug into this movie, but so, to me that was a good thing. I liked the car because I felt like that was something he built in his garage.
He did, and they showed the evolution of it getting built
Yeah.
in his garage. With just sort of tracking shots through the Batcave, and you saw the engine sitting on a stand like he was assembling it, which I don't know. I'd love to engine nerd out and just figure, what the hell is that? What are you?
Yeah, block number 7. I don't know, whatever.
Or just what the hell was it? It was kind of weird, but yeah.
Well, it was good. Colin Farrell in that makeup, holy crap, he disappeared into that character.
100%. Although it was weird because I thought the Penguin was weaker than I was expecting in the movie, but I think they set him up to maybe be a bigger player.
Oh yeah.
Later. Apparently I don't remember things and or don't pay attention to stuff. Catwoman. Oh yeah, she's in that movie. Totally forgot about that one.
How did you she was a major character.
No, when she showed up, I'm like, wait, they called her Selena. Wait, she owns cats. Oh, as Catwoman. Catwoman's in this?
Yeah.
I don't remember her being okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only watched the one trailer, but
And again, one of the things I appreciated about that is that they assumed you already knew the origin story, which gives them a lot of room for this movie. It gave them a lot of room in this movie and any subsequent movies to go back and tell those stories.
That is truthfully, that's something that I was commenting on while watching it. Was when was the last time you saw a new superhero movie? New as in the rebooted version, whatever, where they don't retell the origin.
Yeah.
This was, Tim Burton's 1989 Batman movie. It was, no, Batman's a thing. He exists. He's been working this whole time. You are just being introduced to him as he's in the middle of his thing. You don't have to do my parents were shot and brr, brr, brr. I was able to find a car in my company storage and brr, brr, brr.
And again, they brought those elements in, but it was as a storytelling device and not the story is the origin.
Yeah.
And also it's the part that bothered me about what they did with the mom. But in general, overall, I was fine with the story. I loved what they did with the Riddler. I love that the right casting at the right time. I love that you go back in and there's times he was there in the scenes.
Oh yeah,
Whether it was you see him in the window of the apartment early
see him
on.
in the window or hiding in the background.
Yep.
Or he's always there. And who was the actor that played the Riddler?
If only we
Yeah,
had
if only that was anyway.
like technology.
He did an amazing job. Like out of nowhere, was not expecting him to be that good. Amazing job.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And he's done some stuff. I just don't think he got like primary roles like that before.
Well, good on him. He did an absolutely amazing job. As I do my best to try to vamp as you pound the keys to try to get IMDb to pop up correctly on your computer.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing about that is, I think we talked about, I completely didn't rearrange, but I definitely had kind of did a housekeeping call this week on the studio, moved some stuff around, opened it up. This is the second episode that will have been recorded on the new Mac Mini Studio. This is the first one where we have the third monitor. So yeah, now we have the main two monitors, and we do have our big. I had extra TV up in the guest room that nobody would use, so I pulled it down and mounted it on the wall.
Yeah.
So like we're fleshing out some new stuff. It just felt like it was a good time, spring cleaning kind of, if you will, just to go through and clean up and update some of the stuff in the studio. So still getting used to how things are set up and all the little tweaks and what have you, but.
Yeah, and I know we've talked a complete sidebar, table the Batman discussion for a little bit. I finally, because I'm working, I'm doing some film editing on a Mac now, Mac Studio, and I finally have the best comparison for Mac versus a PC.
Okay.
I finally have it. The PC assumes that you are a genius and you know everything that you're doing. And everything that you do is intentionally being done. Like, sure, I'll install this malware. Well, clearly he clicked on this website, so clearly he wants to install this, and it lets it do you. The Mac assumes that you are an absolute moron, and it's like, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you do. I know you said you wanted to do that. I know you don't want to do that, so I'm not going to let you do that. And then you have to fight with it to make it do what you want it to do.
I would say that's 80% right.
And that's fine. I'm above average. We're good.
I would say that Macs are set up to really be intuitive and user friendly to where you can't screw it up. But
I'm gonna go ahead and back the intuitiveness out like 1 or 2 ticks down on the intuitiveness scale, because there's a handful of like cut. Right-click cut. How come that doesn't exist in the Mac world? I can copy all day long. I can't cut. Cut's huge.
I cut on right-click on like an Excel.
No, not an Excel. I mean, I got a file on this hard drive, and I want to move it to that hard drive. I want to go right-click cut, right-click paste.
Yeah, there's a different thing. It's like move.
And there's a shortcut key, and you got to click. Why isn't it just in the right-click menu? I can right-click send to trash. I can right-click copy.
Well, and again, everybody will admit, and it took me when I worked for a company right after I left Universal Entertainment, like back in 2003 or whatever. I worked for a company that was Mac. It was the first time and I was PC. Oh yeah, PC Macs suck. And within 6 months, I'm like, holy shit, this is better. When that's your daily, every day you use this computer, it was night and day difference. I would say that has generally been my opinion. When we started the podcast, there are things the Mac does that that PCs won't do, or certainly they don't do it in the same way. They don't do it as easy, but it's still a learning curve. Like on the Mac, like.
And I would 100% acknowledge that.
There is a MIDI controller in a Mac. Inherently, it's just built into the software, a MIDI controller. You don't have that in a PC. And we can go in and build an aggregate device where I have a USB microphone that plugs in.
Mm-hmm.
I can inherently build a MIDI device that automatically senses as many microphones, I think up to like 16 different microphones, that I can have it pick up 16 different microphones and aggregate those over into different inputs that software then sees those different ones. So I can get a USB splitter and just inherently do that. I've also been able to do a virtual cable where I've virtually in the software automatically patched outputs from one software into input. So
and I don't know because I've never tried doing any of that in a PC, so I can't speak to whether or not it can or can't do that. But what was the name of the guy that played the Riddler in the Batman?
Yeah, that was Paul Dano.
What else has he done?
Well, I'll just click this button and pause for just 10 seconds, and I'll tell you that he was in a bunch of stuff. A lot of TV stuff. The Guilty Pantheon series as Caspian. Escape at Dannemora. War and Peace. Swiss Army Man.
I don't know if I've
Mercy.
seen any of these things that you're saying.
12 Years a Slave. That was a big one. Looper.
Oh, Looper. Okay. Yeah.
Cowboys and Aliens.
Who's he in Cowboys and Aliens?
Percy Dolorhide, something. I don't know. Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh, fun.
Taking Woodstock.
Well, the moral of the story is this wasn't his first rodeo, and he did a really good job.
Fast Food Nation.
I also like the art direction on the Riddler. I wasn't sold on the mask and the whole getup going into it, but I think he really brought that character to life, and I liked where, again, and with the overall kind of Seven vibe I was getting from the whole movie, loved it.
Yeah. Other noticeable, Zoe Kravitz was Selena. Of course, Jeffrey Wright was James Gordon. Now, most people are going to know Jeffrey from Westworld.
Bernard.
Amazing character.
Yeah.
And I think since he's always had a really good career since Westworld, I think it's really, really kind of elevated, taken off. He's way more noticeable. But again, Colin Farrell, we mentioned him.
He's way more noticeable, but unfortunately, every time I see him in something, I go, Bernard.
Yeah. John Turturro, that amazing. And John Turturro, I like his direct. He's made some really good movies. He's done some really good stuff.
He also he plays a surprisingly good gangster.
Oh, he does. Andy Serkis.
It's like the weirdo in the jumpsuit from The Big Lebowski. Oh, he's a really good actor. Who saw that coming?
Yeah. So Andy Serkis, Peter Skarsgård, which we had there was like this thing where we had an episode forever ago. I think it was one of our movie trailer episodes where we were talking about Peter Skarsgård, and then his dad is also in movies, and we did three different movies, or we did 5 movies, and between the 5 movies, the 2 of them were in 3 of them.
Yep, yeah.
So, and the list goes on. Just some really, really great, bit characters and actors that have just been all kinds of stuff. So the casting, again, wall to wall, was really, really good. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, no, I freaking loved it, and I wish I would have seen it earlier. I don't know if I needed to see it in the theater. I know that's a terrible opinion that we lay on movies nowadays. Like Top Gun, I'm going to see that in the theater.
Yeah,
if
they can film all those in real fighter jets,
I can drag my ass down to a theater and.
I saw a little featurette thing on it, the camera rigs, and I think we talked about that briefly. It was last week or the week before. I think we talked about it, where there was a camera rig that the actor had to activate that and do some stuff and
from the cockpit of the plane.
Yeah.
It was because it was something stupid like 4 IMAX cameras,
5
around the instrument cluster, facing like out, back, forward, up. Yeah.
There was actually 5 of them, and because the different directions, forward, sideways, left, right, and then there were 2 facing them, a wide angle and a close up, and just really, really cool.
Well,
you know.
that's also one of the reasons why they recorded 800 hours of flight footage.
Yeah.
Not footage for the movie, flight footage. That's an insane amount of footage.
Yeah. And it looks great. But hey, we're 20 minutes in. Let's take a quick break. And
Oh yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this refill.
yeah, we'll be right back.
Underneath the bridge, top has sprung a leak, and the animals I've trapped have all become my pets, and I'm living off of grass and the drippings from the ceiling. It's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something in the way, something in the way, yeah. Something in the way.
Okay, welcome back to the refill. This one is going to be an interesting refill. This is not our normal kind of refill.
It's not, but we mentioned it on the only episode that's currently live, and I'm like, oh yeah, we should probably do that sooner than later. Otherwise, we're gonna forget about it because it's not something that we would usually do.
Yeah. So this is one of those things. Buddy Warren, he's our buddy Warren. He's been on the show before, and brought us some not great rum, and was very proud of himself.
He has brought us a lot. He's brought us some really good rum. He's also bought us some just
Yeah,
bottom feeder rum.
4 of them. But he called me very excited while I was. I recently talked. I was, or last week, we mentioned that I was in Sweden.
Technically, the week before.
Was it? I think we talked last week too. Anyway, no, it doesn't matter. What does matter was we were there. I was there.
Two episodes ago.
Cool. It's all such a blur. And he called me very excited and slightly inebriated. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm in bed." Like, "Where are you?" "I'm in Sweden. It's 2:30 in the morning." "Oh, sorry. Guess what I just did?" I'm like, woke me up. Long story short, he was very excited because he had determined that if you drink Sailor Jerry rum with tonic water, that it tastes exactly like root beer.
So we have glasses of ice. We have some Sailor Jerry rum, which it's been left over on my shelf since we did the episode at
The tasting.
Yeah,
Mananui.
Mananui. Yeah, this is Mananui Sailor Jerry, and then I bought some Schweppes tonic water because they're cute little cans.
Nice. You're taking the Sailor Jerry with you when you leave, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Before we started recording, I counted, because in the reshuffling of the office, I counted all the bottles of rum.
Yeah.
37.
Jeez. Now, I'm assuming when Warren called you drunk, he didn't tell you what proportions he was mixing this at.
No.
No. Okay. So
I would start off in roughly 1-1. What do you think?
yeah, I'm gonna do like a 1-to-1 ish. I mean, let's be honest. I don't want this pour to be too heavy because Sailor Jerry.
Yeah.
Cute little can of tonic.
I'm a little nervous about that. I do not like tonic water.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like all that sparkling water and everything. That's another one of those things being in Europe. They drink the hell out of that sparkling water.
Yeah.
And they're almost surprised when you like, no,
Flat. I would like the flat plain.
they don't know
water.
what flat water is.
Plain water.
Still water.
Still water. I would like your finest locally sourced.
Yeah. It's like, can I just get some, like, and that's the other thing, ice. Ugh.
Oh yeah, ice is extra. Ice. You don't want your beverages lukewarm.
Okay. So we're drinking these in the, That's What I Do, I Drink and I Know Things glasses.
Yeah, it smells interesting.
I'm not getting a lot of smell off of it. I don't taste it.
Yeah, Warren, you're insane. Now we're at a crossroads. Because I can either add more tonic water or more rum. I'm trying to decide which option I hate more.
I'm leaning more rum because I don't. This tonic water, is it lemon flavored?
No, it's just fucking tonic water.
I taste like a hint of lemon in it.
Really? The beverage of choice for gin and tonics has a bit of a botanical citrus something to it? Okay, fine. More Sailor. Here, I'll pervert mine with more Sailor. You can water yours down with more tonic if need to.
No. I hate tonic, so I would rather go with the rum. Wow.
Hey, it's getting worse.
Really? Okay.
That did not make it back. Truthfully, I still have a bottle of Bumbu over here from the pre-fill, and I'm half tempted to add some of that to this concoction.
Oh, so pour it out. Oh, God. Pour it out before you. What the hell is he drinking?
Maybe this tastes like root beer. If your palate has
Dr. Pepper.
or Dr. Pepper, I thought you said root beer.
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Dr. Pepper. Well, that's different.
Doesn't taste anything like Dr. Pepper.
Doesn't taste anything like root beer either. Tastes like hot garbage. I wonder what tonic he was using.
Yeah.
Had to have been different. Maybe it was like a Canada Dry or maybe he thought. Ooh,
It was actually ginger ale.
he
God.
thought he was grabbing
This is
tonic.
rough.
Turns out he was drinking actual Dr. Pepper. This tastes just like Dr. Pepper. Yeah, it's because it's a glass of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
You're really drunk. This is not good.
I'm disappointed. I thought we were going to have something magical.
Hey, guess what? There's still Bumbu here.
Yeah. And I already have a glass.
Hey, look at that. I'm gonna do the refill on the Bumbu because
Ugh.
just when you thought Sailor Jerry couldn't get worse, we mixed it with tonic water. Oh, what an
Sailor
abs-
Jerry, I think, makes a fine rum and coke.
No, it makes an acceptable rum and coke.
I didn't mean fine like China. It was more like fine as in, yeah, I'll drink a bunch of those.
Really? Because
On a day that you're looking for a quantity rum and coke, I will do that at a bar.
at a bar, if I'm at a bar and Sailor Jerry is their top shelf rum, I usually go gin and tonic.
On purpose?
Or like a Scotch or something. Like because
Yeah.
they'll have Walker Black.
My go-to where there's bad rum is martinis.
Yeah, that's fine.
Vodka, because I'll drink vodka, but I don't like gin.
Yeah, but
Barf.
the moral of the story is you're getting off the rum train.
Agreed.
Next stop, Something Else Junction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
This salad tastes like I'd rather be fat. That kind of mentality.
basically, I did think of one other thing that I wanted to mention about Ye Old Batman. Did you notice that that lone solo piano theme music in the background? It sounded like the Imperial March, but they took out every other note.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm glad it wasn't me.
Yeah. It's like dun, dun, dun.
Done. Yeah, it's like they're one or two key notes away from that being the Imperial March, and I found it distracting.
Yeah. That and the terrible choice that they made about the. Anyway, staying on the Batman theme.
Oh, you're not going to let Sparkly Batman go, are you?
No, it's not that. I was just the whole thing with the mom. That's just
Oh, the mom thing.
yeah.
Okay.
So new Batman.
Yep.
Rank the Batmans.
Batman's overall. Okay. Ooh. That's really tough because so many other things always get factored into that. Adam West was the first screen Batman we saw.
Mm-hmm.
And
You just can put them in order, or are you going to rank them?
no, I'm going to say, because a lot of, I almost want to put him on a pedestal. Probably one of my, he's at the bottom of my Batman spectrum.
Adam West?
Adam West.
Yeah, I would say so too, just because I'm very campy, and that's fine for the era and what it was, and sells ad space, but it's not my favorite.
And the production quality was not great overall.
Yeah.
I don't know. Art, whatever. Nah. So he's at the bottom. I didn't really like Val Kilmer in the role.
No.
I did not like George Clooney in the role.
No.
George Clooney might be the worst. We'll go George Clooney at the bottom, then Adam West. Okay. Then Val Kilmer. Then Lego.
Okay, I forgot about that one, but yeah. I
would.
I would be in the ballpark that you're at right now.
Okay. So that's a low hanging fruit out of the way. Then we'll go Robert.
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, then we'll go Robert. So now we have you
Don't forget Ben.
I was about to say Robert and Ben are they're neck and neck. I'm not sure. I might.
So here's my thing.
Okay.
Ben nailed Bruce Wayne.
Ben did nail Bruce Wayne.
And he buffed up for that fucking role.
He did. Okay, so we'll do Robert and then Ben. So
Okay.
Ben's on the high side. So who do I have left now? Keaton and Bale.
Mm-hmm. That's a tough one.
It's
really
tough.
different.
It's really tough because they're completely different movies.
You've got the comic book whimsical, and then you've got
I wouldn't even say comic book whimsical.
Well,
I just so you have hard edge real, and you have comic book, and I don't think either one of those actors could have played the other one's Batman.
No.
Michael Keaton could not have played Christian Bale's Batman. Christian Bale could not have played Michael Keaton's Batman. But those two Batmans in those two genre of Batman movies are I can't decide. They're tied as my number one Batman only because you can't it's an apples and oranges Batman comparison.
I agree. That said, I do put Bale slightly above.
Keaton, okay.
Only just in because the overall style of the movie is one I appreciate a little bit more. I like that sense. I mean, again, Keaton was in this fantastical world that doesn't exist, and that's great and it's fun, and I loved it. But I tend to gravitate towards these movies where you can kind of do that willing suspension of disbelief a little bit better, and you can say this could exist in my world. And I like those a little bit better. And the Christopher Nolan movies feel like it's not supernatural magical abilities. It's what's your special ability? I'm rich.
Yeah, but that's Batman's. That's always been Batman.
Yeah. But I just think the world that he exists in is that. So
that is that's a fair statement. The 1989 Batman movie though, that plays that Tim Burton, because Tim Burton
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton has a style, like he does such a good job of creating a world that is uniquely his. There's a feel to it. It's almost like and
like a Danny Elfman score.
I was just gonna freaking say it's like a Danny Elfman score, which is ironic because Danny Elfman scores everything Tim Burton's ever done. But when you hear anything that Danny Elfman has done, you immediately go, "Oh, it's fucking Danny Elfman."
Yeah.
It's like I may not have been in this room before, but I know the house.
Yep.
That's how Tim Burton is. You just you know that it's You may not have been in that room, but you've been in that house, and
Sure.
it's got a style, it's got a feel. You just remove all the actors, remove the scene, and just look at a still image of the set, and you're like, ooh, this just feels like Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And what he did on the '89 Batman with the streets of Gotham, I mean, that was an amazing. Have you ever seen the BTS photos of that set?
Hmm?
With all the streetscapes and everything? Oh my God, they did. And I think
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
and actually, I think they just abandoned them. I think those still exist.
The sets?
Yeah, the Gotham streetscape sets from '89, like those are somewhere. We can go find those now, I think. Anyway,
That'd be a fun guys weekend.
what are you doing? Oh, we're gonna go fucking crash Gotham City.
No. I just see us in the car. No. Batman. Yeah.
I would 100% dig up one of those '89 Batmobile replicas and just drive it around.
Yeah.
You're just doing donuts in an abandoned film set? Yup. Anyway,
Okay.
loved it.
So, all that said,
So what are yours? I mean, do you just agree with
No,
all the Batmans I said?
in general, it might like shift something here or there. Like I said, I fought for Ben.
You would have bumped up Lego Batman on your list a little more.
No, I like Will Arnett, and it's fun, but that's not Batman character. That's Will Arnett character, and Arnett's hilarious. I love his comedy, and I love what he did with Batman. But it's this over the top satirical mix of Batman's anxiety and ego, and so yeah, Will Arnett is fucking fantastic, and that I couldn't imagine them doing that character with any other voice actor but him.
Yeah.
But as Batmans go, that's not Batman character. That's Lego Batman.
Oh, so you're saying you would have put Lego Batman further down the list?
No, I he still had the gizmos and the gadgets. I don't know. It's fun, but again, I think I might put Adam West slightly above
Lego Batman.
No. I would maybe put West slightly above Kilmer and Clooney. But all three of them are like, really, Batsuit with nipples, which weren't their, and that's not them, but it's just, the George Clooney, we're family, and no, Batman.
Yeah, I didn't.
No.
Yeah. And part of it, they might have done a bit in their defense. They might have done a better job as Batman had they been given a better Batman movie.
Agreed.
But they didn't. They got the was it Batman Forever? Because there was Batman, and then Batman. What was the second one?
Batman Forever.
Forever. No, there's Batman. There's Batman. What the fuck was the name of
Beyond?
the second
Batman?
one?
No, that was an animated Batman.
Yeah,
Beyond.
there was the one with the penguin. Anyway, those two, the two Tim Burton Batmans, were were really good. The one with the Joker, the one with Penguin.
Yeah.
After that, those Batman movies are like they're like photocopies of photocopies of photocopies of the Tim Burton Batman universe.
Yeah.
And the person that picked them up just didn't do a Tim Burton good job. But you're left with this photocopy of the Tim Burton stuff, and it's just not as good, and it doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
So when they scrapped all of that, and they just went boom.
Yeah,
Christian
it
Bale.
was like I took a
was
semester
amazing.
class on Tim Burton while I was in college, and now I'm trying to make his movie.
Yeah,
No, not the same thing.
that wasn't even that. It was I watched the Michael Keaton Batman movie over and over again, like on an acid trip, and then I said, you know what, I'm just going to add neon lights to it.
Yeah.
And make the Batmobile really crappy. It's my least favorite Batmobile of all of them. The one that looks like a shoe with the Mohawk shoe Batmobile.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
With the window that's ripped for her pleasure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate that Batmobile.
So, I've got another question. Let's take a quick break because this is going to be a longer discussion. But this whole "Who's your favorite Batman" leads into the next question. So, you ready?
Oh god, more
Okay.
questions.
We'll be right back.
bustin'.
And where is the Batman?
Okay, so here's the big question.
I didn't realize there's gonna be a test.
No, it's not a
Do I
question.
need
It's
like a
not,
number 2 pencil or?
it's not that kind of question.
God damn
But you need a number 6 pencil. Is that a thing?
it. Maybe
I know there's like a
it could be. I don't know enough.
HB and a B.
Yeah, I don't
know.
know enough about pencils to argue that either
Oh.
way. So let's go with sure.
Totally a thing then. So it's interesting because what we're seeing in the MCU and Marvel, what we're seeing in the MCU is they, like with Spider-Man No Way Home,
Mhm.
they intentionally did a thing where they're talking about the multiverse and they've opened that up and they've made all 3 Spider-Man franchises canon.
Yep.
And they found a way just to do that perfectly. This last weekend, I did see, last Sunday, I saw Doctor Strange in the Multiverse. And we won't go into that this episode, but it goes in, and what Marvel has done a really, really good job of making multiple universes canon.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Batman...
And their stories lend them to that.
Yeah. So speaking of Batman, we have got a new Flash movie coming out. The trailer has not even hinted. It is full-fledged in your face.
Yep.
Michael Keaton returns as Batman. And it's interesting because...
Which is fucking amazing, by the way.
Well, yeah, we've established that Ezra Miller, this Flash, Ezra Miller, that he exists in the universe with Ben Affleck.
Okay.
They hint in the trailer that he has through his Speed Force has been able to travel to a different reality, which is why he's there with Keaton. Your thoughts?
Yes.
Yes. What?
Yeah. As soon as you open up the realm of multiverse, then there's you can bring back any of the Batmans because it's the whole multiverse concept. Although this whole thing, there was some other Flash comic or Flash cartoon where they had old Batman.
That was the CW show.
Yeah. And they had old Batman there. And someone online, I can't remember who said it. Someone's just like, "Hey, you guys need to totally make this." And old Batman, freaking cast Michael Keaton. And then some showrunner saw it and was like, "Yes, that is the most amazing idea." Yeah. And what's my favorite part of that freaking trailer? When he goes over to Michael Keaton's 1989 Batmobile under the car tarp, he's like, "What is this?" And in the background, I'm like, "I know what that is. I know what that is. I know what that is."
Yeah.
And then that's the big reveal. They kind of pull it off, and you don't get to see it. But
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be amazing. Yeah, I think what you're talking, because I watched the TV show Flash, they did a crossover with some of the other DC universe CW shows.
I thought it first happened in the animated series. There was an animated series
okay,
for them.
they may have done it there too.
Yeah.
I've only watched some of those, but this particular, what I'm referencing is they did this Crisis on Infinite Earths or something like that, and they like had the guy from Smallville, what's his name from Lois and Clark. They had all the different Supermans show up, and the Lex Luthor character was bouncing around trying to kill them all because he hates Superman so much. But it's they did that where they kind of crossed all those different realms and combined them, and that might have been the first case of anybody doing that.
I'd
at least on modern television.
Yeah, I would buy that. Yeah, I guess truthfully I just probably haven't seen that because or I haven't gotten into that because the DC universe isn't thrown in my face nearly as much as the Marvel universe is. So I just don't get to keep up on it.
Yeah. Well, looking here at this is for The Flash. Of course, we have Ezra Miller, and I want to come back to that train wreck, but it. I don't know if you've heard.
You speak so highly.
Oh
of it.
shit! So Ben Affleck is of course listed as the Batman. Michael Keaton. We have Michael Shannon returning as General Zod.
Hold on, I may need further clarification on the train wreck. I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's unlikely that Ezra Miller will continue playing really any character at all.
Oh, okay.
So
what happened?
I'm not going to pretend to remember everything off the top of my head, but and again, we've got a lot of listeners. I don't want this to come out wrong. This is part of the story. It is not the story. It's not the cause of the story. But in the last couple of years, he or they have come out as this non-binary, feminine kind of thing, and has been very, very weird and erratic in public. He's been arrested 2 or 3 times now for assault at clubs, where he'll go and he'll pick fights with people. I think one time he got his ass handed to him.
Well, that's not cool.
No, so it's just been this very erratic, because he also plays Prudence in the Fantastic Beasts, the Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts.
Sure.
That's You have you not really watched that, right? So
I saw the first one, and I haven't.
second
really,
one's pretty good.
I haven't really kept up with it, and I should, and I need to, but I haven't. I'm waiting to see the third one. That'll wrap that all up. But yeah, I'm at the stage of my life where I don't see movies unless I'm peer pressured into it by my friends. So
you're probably mostly talking about me, but
yeah, and no one's peer pressured me into seeing that yet. So I blame you for not having seen it.
I don't even think it's out. But that's how good at this I am right now.
Yeah,
I don't think the third one's out yet. But regardless of that,
that's how much you also care.
Yeah.
About Fantastic Beasts.
It's just been busy lately. But
I know this stuff.
But yeah, Ezra Miller. There's all kinds of stories.
Well, shit. I didn't know about any of that. That's you can't go beating people up in clubs. That's a jerk move. Okay, so he's kind of a jerk. Got it. Or they're kind of a jerk.
Yeah, I forgot the.
Regardless of pronoun, a jerk is a jerk. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah. So, it's. I don't. Again, I don't remember.
Well, they sound like an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. See?
Well, and
that still works either way.
Probably. Yeah. Yes. But the guy that plays Flash on the TV series have talked. A lot of the fans have said, "Hey, can we get him to replace this kid?" But Will Grant, Gustin, I think is his name is. Yeah. And so I know this is some fan calls, but like Warner Brothers is basically like, yeah, this might he might be done with Warner Brothers. But it's because it's just been multiple things and very erratic behavior and.
Well, I mean, really, you can't. I mean, as soon as you start stepping into the realm of violence, it's really hard to come back from that.
Yeah, and again, that's why we try and be very sensitive to how people identify themselves. It's very sensitive for some people, so we're definitely not telling this story in the sense that like that's the problem. That's
not the beating people up
yeah,
is the problem.
So there you look at these right off the top. Ezra Miller, Flash star Ezra Miller shuts down police officer for something or other. That's Ezra Miller threatens cop.
These are all really
2 days
easy,
ago.
These are easy items to list on the list of things you don't do. Like you don't.
Yeah, and it looks like it looks like it's they, them, Ezra Miller, and their recent volatility explained. Assault, arrested for assault in Hawaii. This was on April 19th. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. So it'd be interesting seeing how much further they take that, if they do a sequel or any of that, or what that might be. And just recast, or, and again, very serious. Mental health is a really complex thing. And if this is a mental health issue, hopefully they get what they need and get better and can get back on track and save the career. Because, the performances that I've seen certainly have been really, really good characterizations of the Flash from what I have seen, like in specifically and we talked about the remake of or the director cut for Justice League.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And how good that character was. So hopefully that can get fixed. But
yeah,
golly, train wreck.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to the Michael Keaton of that, because we didn't really get into that.
Oh yeah, Michael Keaton.
So Michael Keaton and clearly Ben Affleck apparently is going to be in The Flash.
I think that's where we left it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you seemed really excited about when we were talking about doing a Batman episode, that this was like something you wanted to focus on. So
and truthfully, most of it falls back to the car, because I love that car. But the whole idea of bringing back, and this isn't like your 90s Tobey Maguire Spider-Man type cameos. I mean, this is it's Michael Keaton, man.
Yeah, it looks like a significant part of that movie.
Yeah, significant part of the movie. But I mean, he's also just sort of he's a veteran. He's a crusher. I mean, he's done some stuff.
Well, and he's now involved in DC and MCU.
Yeah, which
he's Vulture.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I know that character Vulture made an appearance in the most recent Venom movie. No. It wasn't that. It was Morpheus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he made an appearance in Morpheus.
Which, have you seen that yet?
I have not.
I heard that just got terrible reviews. Like that movie got panned.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to come out on HBO or one of the streaming services.
One of the ones that you don't have to pay for.
Yeah,
because you don't want to.
Well,
because it was terrible.
I pay for them. I'm not going to on demand the movie. I pay for the services. I will use. I will support the movie through the service.
You're gonna prepay.
Yeah.
Prepay only.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Fair.
And if I remember right, it just wasn't on your priority at all, or your radar at all, rather. It
wasn't on my
the other one, the Doctor Strange.
It's on my radar, and I'm not fighting seeing it for any reason. I need to, but I also need to see Spider-Man first, and that's a 2-movie commitment, and it's hard enough for me to semi-commit to 1 movie, let alone 2.
Well,
I'm very non-committal like that.
Spider-Man No Way Home was great. I loved it. A lot of really great things. I can't wait to talk about that. Doctor Strange, I've got mixed feelings on.
You see, and I say this every single time, and I apologize because you have to listen to me say this every single time. I'm not doubting any of those facts. They're probably amazing movies. They're probably absolutely amazing movies. One
of them was.
I've yet to. I take that back. I have fallen asleep during a Marvel movie, but they don't turn out crap. And lately, the way everything's been tying in together, it's. I don't know.
I can say you had mentioned this about Tim Burton. I can tell you, Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. Within 15 minutes into the movie, you're like, "Yep, Sam Raimi." Yep, this is Sam Raimi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Again, not a bad thing. I love Sam Raimi stuff. For me, Sam Raimi's things that I really, really enjoy are going to be more like Evil Dead, the old Evil Dead movies.
yeah.
Just freaking love them. Army of Darkness, just fantastic.
Oh,
the
Army
whole
Army of Darkness.
Bruce Campbell. I love those movies.
Bruce is freaking amazing. He was really great in Burn Notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a show that Kelly and I got into just surprisingly, like we committed surprisingly enough to Burn Notice. So it's like, oh wow, that's new Burn Notice is on, got to catch it. Like, wait, what? Yeah,
I have seen an episode or two here or there, but I haven't really followed it. You know, if it's worth it, maybe I'll put it on my list. But and between Sandy and I watched some crap.
well, if you watch crap, like don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure you have Cake Wars on your DVR, or some freaking
I don't know
cooking show thing.
I don't know that we do right now. Like some of the Gordon Ramsay stuff we'll watch. Layla watches some stuff that we don't watch, and she likes that stuff. But like
Blame your daughter.
like
for
I like when I say crap, it's like we're watching the new Equalizer reboot with Queen Latifah, which is absolutely not the same thing it was in the 80s, and it's not the movies. But I dig doing a female-centric reboot on that. There's just a lot of predictability in that one, and Sandy makes fun of the fact that there's a lot of things like, this is what's going to happen next, and I'm right. Like seriously, 80% of the time.
Really?
It's just predictable, but it's fun.
As long as it's fun.
Yeah.
As long as it's fun, I'm okay with it. And it's not taking away from some other crucial multiverse freaking thing that you're supposed to be watching, but you're not.
No, this is like, there's things that her and I can watch together. That, Good Doctor, The Rookie, because Nathan Fillion's freaking hilarious. So there's I don't know, 4 or 5 hour drama shows that we watch together.
Yeah.
And there's again, like, we're getting ready. We now that the broadcast network season's pretty much wrapped up. Now we're in the summer. What do we catch up? We got Good Girls. We got Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Oh, Maisel's been over for a while.
Yeah, we haven't watched that yet.
Okay.
We still haven't watched Picard. We finished Discovery.
All of season 2 for Picard. Okay.
Yeah, so we've got Picard. We've got we've already started watching Strange New Worlds.
So yeah, you're an episode behind. When this episode comes out, you'll be 2 episodes behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably just finish, or we'll wait for Strange New Worlds to wrap up and then kind of cover all of it. But
yeah,
it is. We're 2 episodes in, and the critics, like the official critics, not just us idiots, it's the best Star Trek to come out since Star Trek. It just hit the ground
certainly
running.
since the Orville.
Yeah, best Star Trek since the Orville.
And actually, Orville season 3 is now on Hulu, or about to release on Hulu.
God, freaking Hulu! I really don't want to sign up for Hulu, but I feel like I'm gonna have to.
There's some good stuff on it.
I know
We
there's
watch
a lot of good stuff on it. It's just, it's Hulu. Like I don't want to give them money. Like I'm done.
Maybe.
But Strange New Worlds, the thing that I think they got right versus Picard and Discovery is there is a you're looking at your little knobs, like you're adjusting an audio board, and you got your mids, your highs, your lows, and you gotta get all of the story elements balanced out just right to make it really successful. And I think what Picard did is the little fader that controls the mission, they just bumped that up and like, hey, most of this episode's gonna be about the mission, and then the one over here that's about personal drama and relationships, we're gonna just knock those down a little bit, and it skewed it into the right balance of what you want to see out of a Star Trek thing, and it kills. It's so good. It's so good.
I'm looking forward to watching more. Hey, we've talked ourselves through about an hour of this. our server is going to be mad at us. So let's wrap up. Plus, it's getting kind of late, and
Yeah.
it's a school night.
Not for Riley.
Not for Riley. You freaking get a job, you freaking hippie. Anyway, don't forget to check out us on our website, rumandnerdy.com. That's A-N-D, rumandnerdy.com.
Social media, also Rum and Nerdy, usually at Rum and Nerdy.
At all the
Facebooks, Instagrams, YouTubes.
yeah.
We're leaders in rum-based entertainment. You should be able to find us.
Yep, absolutely. And then can't end the show without thanking our good friend Dave Martin.
DemoDavePro.com.
We love that guy, and hopefully see them soon. Didn't get to see them at Summit, so hopefully I get to see them soon. But other than that,
Stay nerdy, my friends.
This summer, the legend lives on because Chris Farley is Batman. Guys are not ready for this. Oh my freaking Lord! I'm the Caped Crusader. I lurk in the shadows. I'm a creature of the night and have a little bit of what you'd call a weight problem. With Pauly Shore as Robin. Mr. Nonce Guy, I'm the wizard, Muncie. You're a little MTV piece of garbage. You had a bad TV show, and I'm going to get motivational on your ass. You might think you know what you're doing. You're up there running around. Thinking you're a tough guy. Well, let me tell you this, sir. You don't know just what.